lot of news. There's so much to
There's
cover.
so much going on. Not even just
much
not
going
even
on.
just for Arsenal, not even just for Arsenal, but in just football in general. Right?
Yeah.
That's what we need to get down to. The first thing I'm going to get down to, I'm sure that you guys have heard and seen. Rodgers potentially moving across the pond to Chelsea. What are we thinking about that?
Morgan Rodgers.
This is the first time you're finding out, Jeff.
I don't know if they grab both. I don't know if they're that audacious to grab both. Like both of them is a bit greedy. Like both of them is. Listen.
Let me give you a bit of context. Let me give you a bit of context first of all. Number one is that people seem to forget Chelsea were Man City before Man City are Man City. Yeah. So they always went about and just started splashing money. Chelsea are doing that. They've just won the Club World Cup, which probably got them around 100 million. Don't quote me on that. Close to that, if not. Yeah. We've just given them 48 million.
Cheers, boys.
So they could potentially go out there and splash it. What are we saying, guys?
I mean, where would they play him?
They don't. Do you think Chelsea think that?
Yeah, but
I don't think you realize what Chelsea is. Chelsea's not Arsenal. They're not. We're gonna. Where would it go? No. Bring him into the club. We'll think about it after.
He's a. Obviously, we all know we respect Morgan Rodgers. Very, very good footballer. That game when we played Aston Villa, he was the standout guy. Dominated our midfield. I would love to have him at Arsenal Football Club. Like he's quality on the ball, and he can play 10 and on the two wings as well. I think like he can play across the front three. With them, I don't know where it actually kind of fits in. Like if they're just signing him for the sake of signing him,
yeah,
do you think he's gonna play on the right?
Yeah,
no.
Is this
because bear in mind? Sorry, yeah, go on then.
No, you go ahead. Yeah,
because bear in mind they already signed. Because I don't think I think it's less of a thing about money and more of a thing about literally just options. Like they're getting in a massive crop of players that are just like player after player after player after player after player. But then it's like they just signed like that Jamie Gittins guy from Borussia Dortmund. Now obviously they signed João Pedro as well. Obviously they sold us Madueke, but then they already have Pedro Neto. Like they signed, I think it's like Esteval guy as well, who's coming in as well. Obviously Jackson might be leaving, but then it's like that's a lot of bodies to just bringing in. And of course it's Chelsea. They'll bring in players to sell players and yada yada yada. But it's, I feel like they'd get one of the two. I don't know if they'd get both, but one of the two makes more sense in my head. But hey, it's Chelsea, innit? So they just kind of just be playing career mode and just splashing peas on whoever, you know what I mean? So
yeah, they're just relying on Arsenal to come knocking next season.
you know what I mean? It's like, nah, we'll make it back, don't worry.
To be fair, when I think about it even more, I'm thinking they have got rid of quite a few wingers. Like the Sancho's not there anymore.
Yeah.
Obviously, Madueke's gonna leave. Mudrik's banned. Do you know what I mean? So maybe they do need some cover there, but I hope they don't get him. I think he's quality, very good player.
I don't mind one of them. Both is greedy though. Both is a bit much, right?
But again,
you see, if this is true, Eze, like, what are you gonna do with all these players again?
Eze, I can't see Eze choosing Chelsea over Arsenal.
No, me neither.
I guess it depends on how we approach him and how solid our approach to it is. If we kind of like dilly-dally about it.
Dilly-dally. You know about the dilly-dally. Dilly-dally.
Then maybe...
If Arsenal is serious, the way that they can be and when they are and when they want to get things done, this would have already been done, in my opinion. There's obviously... I think they're waiting for some outgoings. And not because there's no PSR issue. We've come out with that Kieran, I can't remember his surname, but he said, it's like the financial guy. He said, we can spend £200 million with no implications from PSR. So there is money to be spent, but I think the club are being cautious. They want to get rid. I don't know if it's Trossard, Vieira, Reece Nelson. I'm unhappy anyway because they're saying they want to loan. I'm done with him. Like a loan deal doesn't suffice unless there's an obligation to buy. That's the only way that I would want that to be a case. But I don't know. I thought maybe they want to outgo him.
Yeah, I think they do want a couple of outgoings. But with Nelson, I think they would have been able to sell him had he not spent X amount of months injured. Right?
Yeah.
That's damaged his potential sell-on value. So I didn't realize this. Apparently, he's got like another 2-3 years with Arsenal on a contract.
He just signed a new contract.
Yeah, so they're probably thinking, I agree with you, right? We should get rid. But they're probably thinking like loan him out, prove his worth, raise the fee for next summer, and then sell him then. But yeah, obligation to buy would be the better option. But maybe they're because also they don't on the Eze point, they don't want to play the release clause, do they? And they're probably looking at exchanging a player across. Like apparently Vieira could be an option to go as a part exchange.
I can't lie. If Palace do that, we pull their pants down. I'll be real.
Yeah.
If Palace were to accept Fabio Vieira for Eze, that's criminal. That's plus a little bit of money, mind you. But I'll be real. That's criminal. That's actually criminal.
Well, listen, it depends because if Fabio Vieira, if Fabio Vieira actually does become decent, then that's not bad. They got a bit of money. He's got a decent player.
He's not a bad player.
Personally, I think he needs to leave England. I think he just needs to stay.
That's what I'm saying. I like Palace are a very physical team. As much as they have a lot of quality on the ball, they're very physical in the way that they do things. So when you add someone like Fabio Vieira to that, like I don't know, he doesn't really fit that mold in that same way. But then I guess if you want a squad with many different profiles, and maybe you do want someone who can pick out a pass, is a bit techie, you know what I mean? If you want them sorts of things, especially if you're losing someone like Eze, maybe that's someone that you go for. But in terms of the value that they're losing and then getting back, like
I just don't rate. I've never. You know what? Technically gifted footballer, like, he is obviously when he is. But I don't want to lie and say because he's scored some bangers. His left peg is decent. He's good technically, but weak, like proper weak. He's too mager to be playing in the Prem, in my opinion. He is like he's too slim. He needs
what Havertz is having.
What's going on with Havertz? Like, because that's the next pivot I'm gonna go into, right? Is because obviously we know that Gyökeres is obviously coming through eventually. I'm not upset about it. I know it's coming through. It's going to happen. It's only a matter of time. But what does that mean for Havertz, guys? And again, let's talk about his transformation. I'm going to put it up soon. Let's talk about his transformation.
He's so wild.
I don't know what they've been feeding him.
Probably was so
damn
angry.
big. Like, I don't know
those people abusing his missus and whatever, and his baby. He just got angry. Went in the gym. He's come back. He's looking like an absolute monster. Like, he looks like he could be part of WWE, but Triple H.
He was next to I saw him on the bike next to was it Odegaard or someone, and he was just looking.
I just see a picture of him doing that, but his biceps.
He's looking
bro, like.
He's getting to that side.
He's cheeky without his cheeky. I have to let him know,
like. Do you know what? To be honest, I think he's working hard. He knows that his time at Arsenal could be coming to an end, which he doesn't want. Bringing in a number 9, where does he come in? He's a utility man then, essentially, because he can play in the midfield where I don't like him, but he can go up front off the bench. Do I think Havertz is a terrible footballer? No. But it's more like we've all said before, the way it was 65, the highest paid player, but essentially, am I upset with him being in the team and coming off the bench, making a difference, change the dynamic, like we said last week? If he can go up front as a 2 of Gyökeres, head the ball down and let him run on, because Gyökeres just wants to run in behind constantly. So if you put someone like Havertz, who's a big body, and if he's gone like that now, like if he's holding people off just to kind of nick it back, knock it off, I'm happy with him doing that. I'm happy with him doing that.
It gives Arteta options, doesn't it? Really, that's what it does. Not because of everywhere that he can play. And we talked again last week about we just want to see Arteta in some games just like throw everything at it. there could be games where you are chucking both of those up front. You know, you take off one of the defenders or whatever it might be, and you're putting them up there. So I think it makes this harder to predict, because last season we could all guess the team every week, right? Every game you knew who it was. So, shit, man. That's Saliba next to him.
Bro, he's making Saliba look kind of, you know what I mean? I'm saying. I mean, Saliba's not a small guy. Saliba's not a small guy. But
I don't know what he's been. It's like, do you remember the Bayern Munich when everyone used to go there, and all of a sudden the players used to have some transformation?
Oh, who's that photo of?
Goretzka.
Yeah, Goretzka. Yeah. Goretzka's always the one. Exactly, Zuki Mars, and then boom, like you see what?
Man's looking like what's his name? Captain America, Steven Rogers. But yeah. Again, I do believe I'm with you, Chef. He needs to show people that you're more than just a utility player. Do you know what I'm trying to say? Like, he needs to be. I want him to be a case where Arteta is thinking, how do I fit him into the side with Gyökeres? Right? Do you play number 10? Do we have to switch formation now? Do we go into a double pivot? You know, and then play you number 10 because we need you and Gyökeres up there. That's what I want him to do. Like, listen, people keep saying, I think not only our fans, but also every other football fan is saying, like, yeah, he's all right. Like, we can see, like, he's got decent skill set, but is he amazing? Is he a world beater? No. Pundits and other footballers are saying, but this guy's a world beater, so he needs to start doing that now. That's what I think.
And I at least think the dedication that he's shown from getting himself to this size, it shows that he's got the right mindset. He's got his head screwed on. Because I feel like from when he first landed and how he kind of went through that period where he wasn't really scoring goals, and he finally got that penalty. I think it was against like Bournemouth or something, and then the whole team is kind of like jeering him on. Like, as a striker, you don't really want that on your back, because that's kind of like that treatment kind of makes it seem like you're a little bit like you're kind. It's kind of like a sympathy treatment. You don't really want that as a striker. You want to be seen as like, oh, I'm the guy. And especially when you look at it from the fact that they've brought in a number 9, they've brought in Gyökeres. That says they thought you weren't good enough. Ultimately, as they thought that you weren't enough to get us over the line. As much as they tried to back you, ultimately they thought you weren't good enough. So for Havertz to have that mentality to be like, I got to lock in now. I got to show why I deserve to be a part of this team just as much as any man. As much as they've brought in this guy for 70 million, it actually doesn't matter to me. I'm still gonna be the one who's starting. When we go to Old Trafford at the first game of the season, he wants to be the one who's starting. He doesn't want to see Gyökeres doing his thing. He doesn't want to see the Bane celebration. You know what I mean, he doesn't want to see that because he wants to be that guy. So in terms of the mentality, I like it. I like the competitiveness. I like the eagerness to show, I'm about it. This season's gonna be my season, and he needs a big season. You know, he needs a big season to show that he deserves to be here. Because if you're looking at hierarchy and wise and stuff, and you see the wages he's on, if you're a player, if you're seeing that kind of thing, this guy is the guy who's the highest earner. I'd be thinking, what's the point? So Havertz kind of has to prove his worth. Because with the fans, 100%. He has good rep, but he's got to really show it to his teammates, to everyone knows, to all those around him. He has to show, okay, cool. They didn't really need to bring Gyökeres. That's the kind of mentality I want from him. You know what I mean?
He also doesn't want to get flexed on by Gyökeres celebrating topless, does he? That's
like he scores a last minute winning, he backs on so Gyökeres giving it the big one. Like I'm looking at him like,
Now Havertz could do it now as well.
Yeah, nah, could not.
But as well, man.
Have we ever questioned his work rate? I don't think. I can never sit there and actually say on a pitch he's one of the players where I'm like, work harder, because he does do what. It's just his nonchalant about it, and it makes you when a play like Mesut Ozil's like that. But then I used to look at the figures and be like, this guy still covered the most distance in the game again. But you know the way he does it, he makes the game look easy. It becomes an easy target. It's a scapegoat. Oh, he's not but he's run more than everyone else again. So it's like it's just the way that he does it. But I've never sat there and said, "Oh, Havertz don't work hard." It's more the way everything's happened. Do I want us to sell him? Not really. But his wages are so high. If we don't win the league again, can you keep him on that salary, hooking up the wage bill? 285k a week. Mad.
Yeah,
mad numbers.
It depends how he does, though, doesn't it? If he has like his best ever season, then you're going to be like, cool, like, leave it at that. But Yeah, I agree. It's apparently some German clubs are kind of looking into it as well with him leaving because of not this summer, but because of Gyökeres coming in. It's like, you know, next summer maybe he goes and then we look at, who knows, Isak or someone like that. But
he's fine for Liverpool, bro.
What? Can you imagine?
Yeah, you
Can you
never know.
imagine?
Like, Liverpool maybe getting like a
and then he'll end up-
TK now, so you never
yeah,
know.
yeah,
You never
exactly.
know.